Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Today is an exciting day. I've done a little bit of mod adding. And by mod adding, I mean I added one mod. You can already hear it. I added the ambient sounds mod. Just to really, amplify that I'm in a national park feel, even though it's not even close to started yet. Let me switch that over. You guys should be able to see it now. Nope, it's a black screen. Hold on. I'm on the wrong scene. Ah, I've been talking to no one. Thank you for letting me know. I am using Vanilla Tweaks for my texture pack, which is a website that lets you compile a lot of tiny texture packs into one. And it's like, oh, do you want to change this small thing, like bushy leaves, or all the dyes look different and unique? You can do that. Minecraft indeed. And yeah, it lets you pick and choose individual texture packs that you can combine into one, and that's what I use. If you're talking about shaders, I use Complementary Reimagined. I have a few others I was trying out, but this one is the the easiest one for my computer to run with the render distance I run on. This is 64 chunks. Awesome. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Like, I'm running... I guess this is still not great. If I switch that down... Oh, I tabbed out. Go. Back to 32, which is what I had it at. I might need to restart it. Video settings, 32 chunks. Yeah, I'll probably have to restart it if I want that to go into effect. But normally I will get between 150 to 300 frames, depending on where I am in the world, how far I'm rendering, and if I'm using shaders or not. Right now it looks like we're getting 40 frames, which is not ideal, so I'll probably turn off the shaders for now. But yeah. So we got a lot of trees to chop. I will show you, I got Zero's world map, so I can actually show you guys the entirety of where the park will be. See, this whole flower forest, we're getting rid of that. I mean, that's where we're going to be building, but I need to clear out space, because we're going to be building a mountain here, and then there's going to be between 3 and 4 different biomes, like custom biomes we're making. And I've already been working on, like, I've been researching about what types of biomes, and one of them I know for sure is going to be an alpine forest. There's going to be a few points of interest in the world. For example, we got Ripple River and Crazen Canyon, and so I'm thinking maybe some of the different places will be named after the members of the server, because I thought those two were too easy, so I might as well make more. So this is Zero's world map. It's a mod by the same person who does Zero's minimap, and I set it to right shift because shit, whatever, and it just shows a world map of the entire world once you've loaded all those chunks. So I flew around here, loaded them all in, and then it remembers that. If you have Zero's minimap installed, you can even set waypoints, but I don't want minimap, so I just got the world map. I just wanted to take a screenshot, really. But yeah, we're going to be chopping down all of the trees in the flower forest, and then we're going to be doing a ton of custom terrain and custom trees. It's going to take forever, but it's going to be so cool when it's done. Looks like some of the other members have also started building their mega bases, which is awesome. Always nice to see progress from other people. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It kind of reminds me of like the walls of Attack on Titan. I haven't even seen the show, and I know that. It's a little small for Attack on Titan, but it definitely looks cool. Imagine if it was a really tiny town. That would be really cool. I don't know what the plans are for this, but yeah, it should look really cool. But I've decided, originally I was going to do the entrance to the park over here, but then I decided I don't want to do that because there's a river adjacent to it, and I thought that would kind of be weird to have a bridge into the entrance. So I decided to do the entrance on this side instead, because if you look on the world map, that's the wrong button. World map, there is significant amount of land before it hits the flower forest, which means we have a ton more space to work with for the start of it. But yeah, we should probably get to chopping. I'm going to record a time lapse for this because this will be in episode 4 or 5. I haven't decided yet. We are also stuck on iron tools at the moment because I don't think I have enough diamonds to buy things and... Ooh, excuse me. I don't think I have enough diamonds to buy the enchantments for a brand new pick or a brand new axe. So, yeah. For now, we're gonna stick with iron. And experience is so easy. Have I ever completed Minecraft? Like, beat the Ender Dragon? Pfft, many times. I have beaten the game more times than I can count. In this world, we've beaten it I've beaten it, I think 3 or 4 times. Because, no, 3 times. We did it once all together, and then Crazen and I each beat the end again together to get our own Elytra, because we have a data pack that lets us get Elytra from killing the Ender Dragon. So in this world alone, I've defeated the end 3 times. But overall, I would guess at least 15 times, maybe more. I feel like I've done it more than that, but yeah, I've beaten the game a few times. For me, beating Minecraft is the start of a world, because it unlocks so much more than just, like, the XP. Because you kill the Ender Dragon, you go to the Nether, you get the Blaze Rods, you defeat the game, and then now you have access to the far end, where you get a new mode of transportation that surpasses all else. And now you can really gather resources, and building is the big thing about this game for me. Like, the adventure is nice for a bit, but then once you get access to everything... Hi, Orca. Welcome to the stream. Once you get access to everything, then that's when the building begins, because you get access to shulker boxes, that's portable storage, I can gather the entirety of a project into my inventory. It's things like that that really amp up the speed and complexity of a world for me. But yeah, so defeating the game is just the beginning. For the first time, I can't remember the first time I beat the game. If you go back and watch my streams from like 6 or 7 years ago, actually I don't know how long ago those were, I sucked. I don't even know if I beat the end at that point. I was so bad. My builds were subpar. I didn't really design anything. I didn't know anything about... I probably didn't know the word palette, honestly. I was very beginner, despite wanting to be a Minecraft YouTuber. And so I would guess the first time I did it, first time I killed the Ender Dragon was probably... I don't know. I'm gonna guess a month, but I honestly have no clue. How long does it normally take me? Probably within a week of playing the world, but that's mostly because I like to play the game slow. I beat the game multiple times very fast. I tried to do speedrunning for a bit. I didn't like want to be a professional speedrunner or anything, but I was like, I wonder if I could pull this off. And did the making Minecraft cinematic video where I played the game on cinematic camera and I defeated the Ender Dragon like that. I beat that in about 3 hours. That video was about 3 hours long of footage. So I can beat it faster, but average probably I space it out, give myself a week, because I want to be able to enjoy the game at a slower pace. But I can definitely beat it faster if I wanted to. The Ender Dragon fight is really not that difficult, honestly. If you have a bow, a sword, water bucket, you really have all the resources. I did a challenge a few years ago where my friends were all building in a building world, and I was kind of bored. And I said, I'm going to beat the Ender Dragon with a wooden sword and a bucket. And I did that. Didn't have any armor. I didn't have a bow. I used the water bucket to climb up the obsidian towers, and I beat the Ender Dragon with a... Actually, I think it was an axe, not a sword. It was a wooden axe and a sword. I think it broke halfway through the fight, and I had to use my fist. I kind of want to try that again, actually. That was a while ago. I'm sure my PvP skills have dwindled since then. I was much more into the fighting at that time than I was building. Now I'm growing old. I have to sit back and enjoy my life as a builder now instead of a active young fighter. Yeah. But yeah. Normally I'll give myself around a week before I really start trying to advance into the world. Hello, Mr. Memer. Welcome to the chat. And welcome to the stream, really. We're just chopping. This is actually a big win for me, because not only am I gathering resources for trees, in case I need them, I don't know what tree I'm gonna make. But I'm also getting food, because as you can see, I'm pretty much empty. So the apples from the oak trees are quite nice. I We have a pork chop farm on the server, but it's like a diamond per stack of pork, and I don't have that kind of money. Most of directly under spawn is deep dark, so mining is not great. But yeah, at the same time, I kind of need food, so we're gonna be living off of apples. I really should make my own pork chop farm, or go mining or something, but I don't know. I want to build something, and so I'm making food a second priority. Sometimes I do that in real life, and I probably shouldn't, but who cares? Minecraft's too much fun. Alright, I think this... Okay, we've actually made quite a bit of progress. So I started this yesterday, off camera, and Oh, I'm not recording. Oh, I am recording, good. So we started back here. This is where the flower forests start. We've cut away quite a bit, actually. But we've got a long way to go. Like I said, we started here. You can see there, like, the green starts to become more green to the right. We've got to get rid of all of that. Wait, can you do waypoints? Hold on. No. Okay. I thought I could. I tried to make the world and the continents in Minecraft. That is a really difficult project. Like, the scale of project I'm doing right now is already massive for me. So I don't know if I could do that. With time, I might be able to, but my skills at the moment, 1-to-1 scale, that's, by myself especially, I don't think I could do that. I don't know if I'd want to do that, because that is a huge commitment. I know there are a few Minecraft servers that try to make the world 1-to-1 scale. I don't know how accurate those are, but it's a pretty unique project, I would say. I have never personally tried to do that. I'm making my own national park, and this is already a huge project, and it's one tiny segment of a continent. So yeah, especially if it was 1-to-1 scale. I have thought about making the world at a much smaller scale, but I haven't actually done it. Like, if you know, some places, at least in the US, I don't know if this is consistent with other countries, but in like elementary school playgrounds, they'll have the world map or the country map like painted onto the concrete, and they might make up some mini games for the kids in the school. Do something like that, where it's like a small scale of the globe, or I guess a map of the world. And then maybe build some tiny houses or something on it. I don't know. I haven't done that, no. That's a cool idea, though. I would not be opposed to seeing somebody else do that project, but I don't know if that's something I would do. Seems like a ton of work. Okay. So, yeah, I'm gonna run out of access soon. Did you hear, in an estimated 20 years, a 1-to-1 scale of the world we built in Minecraft, with every real world being updated? If that was real, that would be insane, because the amount of buildings that would be to keep up, would be, that's just a lot to build, and B, like, how are you going to keep them updated? Like, building one frozen moment in time is one thing, but then having that same world be constantly updated to show real time, or I guess if it's like automatically generated, that's much easier, I guess. But if it's being hand built, and say like, oh, there's a fire here and this house burnt down, and then going in that one random spot in the world, you would have to keep track of so much to be able to keep that up to date. And not only that, but it would just take a huge amount of people and huge amount of commitment to be even able to get the world started in the first place. 20 years doesn't seem like enough time to cover the amount of content in the world. The amount of things in the universe, or the world. There was a project I saw a bit ago that went viral that was like this person's making one-to-one scale of the universe in Minecraft creative mode. And I was like, that looks insane. But that's crazy. I don't think that's even possible, really, to get an actual one-to-one scale of the universe. Your Google Maps, a huge programming thing. So is it automated then? That's pretty crazy. If that's automated and it's like just computers building it all, that's insane. But if it's like people building it, hand building it, that's arguably crazier. I've used Google Maps to build before too. I had started a project to try and build Disneyland, because originally I wanted to make my own Disney server. I gave up on that pretty fast because of how much it was and how little I knew how to do. With my skills now, I could probably do it, but that's a lot of commitment for, especially since other people are already making those servers. I want to do something more original. That's pretty cool. Fully automated building kind of takes the fun out of it, I think, for the designing aspect, but in its own right, it is equally as incredible to see a computer build something like that using Google Maps of all things. That does sound like a project I would be interested in keeping an eye on, though, because that's a really cool idea. I should have brought scaffolding. I need to go get scaffolding. Oh, apple. Gotta get that. Yeah, I need to figure out food. Got nothing. Yeah, hand building it, definitely not possible. Hello. Can you guys leave my park? You were not invited. They seem to think that they can give themselves a tour guide without a tour pass. Can't believe them. Yeah, that would be crazy. Now it's even crazier, because now you're saying, what if it was possible to not only have a version of the world that was kept up to date with real life time, but also be able to go back and see your childhood house before it was changed to what it is now or whatever. At least my house did that. We had to renovate our house before we moved, and then the city was like, no, that doesn't fit with the city regulations, and they tore it out and put a desert in it because I live in California. But if a computer did it, I can see that being doable. But still, that's pretty crazy. I don't know. I feel like it would just look weird because of how much detail would need to be put into it. But that would be a pretty crazy feat to be able to see something like that and to design a program. Yeah, we'll see. If Minecraft is still here in 20 years, which I hope it is, that would be really cool. If Minecraft is still here in 20 years, I'm sure we will see some revolutionary projects. Like, we're already getting things that the world has never seen. Hermitcraft is doing an incredible thing. I think it's called Psycraft. They're also doing some incredible... I can't think of the word. They're doing a lot with... how the mechanics, that's what it is. They're basically finding new game mechanics every day. It's crazy. Thank you. This is the Coldcraft server. This is not all me. I made this section, which I opted to go for a smaller path and go more nature since I'm making a national park, and this is kind of like a beginning of what my section will look like. Crazen has made this incredible tower. Bacon has this dragon, which opens up into the start of his world. Nurs built this incredible giant world, or mansion, in like 3 days, which is insane. Corey has this wonderful enchanted bookstore and house. We got the spawn tree. YJan's got this cool abode. Gia's got this. I don't even know how to describe it. I really like the textures because it's very diverse in the gradient. The red to browns to the light browns to the almost white but kind of tan, I guess. Yash has this epic flying boat with Nemo. There's a lot of cool stuff in this world, and there's too much to cover it all. That's not true. We'll probably do a tour at the end of it all, but that's not for a while to come. I came here for X. I need to get iron. Where do I keep iron? I keep iron upstairs. We have an iron farm. I go downstairs. I need a lapis to enchant. I go upstairs. There's a ton in this world, and it makes me so happy to be among people that will actually put effort into making these incredible projects. I have no lapis. I don't have any in my ender chest, right? Yeah. I've got nothing. Thank you. I have been developing my build style for quite a long time, so I'm pretty happy to see how it's turned out. I like to build small and detailed. I love doing interiors, but taking on this national park project will definitely be something new for me. But yeah, I tried to make a tiered house, and I think it came out pretty well. And then I also designed a pathway that stretched quite a bit, but I wanted to keep it very simple, which I think I did a pretty good job. Like, there's only 2, I guess there's 3 with the brick walls, but there's really only 2 blocks for this palette. This section's got 2 blocks, that's got 2 blocks, 3, 4 blocks, 2 blocks, 3 blocks. So, I don't know how much I've actually done at a more detailed scale without it being modded. But yeah, no, a lot of this stuff really matches. I like to do a lot of natural things. For example, like the whole area, I made the custom trees and I did all the terraforming with the moss and stuff. That rock that my house is on is custom built. But we also, like, this tree obviously wasn't here. This waters feature, that was not there at the start of this world. It was completely empty. We built that. And so it brings a lot of life to the world. Oh, of course, this has been blown up again. This is world spawn, and I'm pretty sure somebody's been messing around with withers, so not a great view, but oh well. I will patch it up again. But yeah, thank you. I continue to try and improve the way my structures look, because half the time I'm not happy with it. Oh, sweet souls, free stuff. See, efficiency, and I'm gonna disenchant that. I want more than just efficiency. Unbreaking. That's more like it. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna put that back. I need to go get more lapis. I got nothing else. Okay. What else? I don't need rockets. I'm fine on my sword. Wings I kind of need more, but I don't need that right now. We've got some new members on pretty recently in the last month. Font being one of them, very talented builder. And then Gia with that gradient is also brand new. So we've got some really talented new people as well. But yeah, it's really starting to come together, and it makes me so happy to see that, because this is something that I have been wanting to be a part of for forever, since I started playing a part of a project that people are really passionate about bringing up, and I don't know, it's super cool to see everybody working on their own projects. Yeah, me too. I have been originally it was going to be a swamp. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to build a swamp, and that's all I'm going to do. And then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm going to build more than just a swamp. Because I really liked the look of an alpine forest, and I was like, well, now I want to build that too. And what better way to do multiple biomes than to do a national park? So I am also really excited to see this, because I've been planning this before the season even started. Obviously, it's hard to plan a natural generation beforehand because it's not buildings, so I'll have to design custom trees and stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this. And the more I think about it and the more I work on it, the cooler it all comes together, and it becomes something amazing. I have so many plans after the park is actually built too. Like, we're planning on doing a tour. I'm going to have several trails around the national park, and so people can go and walk on them, or you can buy a tour pass, and you'll be able to get tours. And obviously, I'm in a tour guide outfit, so I'll be able to give tours to people and show them around the parks, and it's going to be super cool. I really would like to go and visit a national park in real life to get some inspiration, because it's been a while since I've done that, and I feel like that would help a lot. But yeah, no, I'm super thrilled to start working on this project now. We finally finished the starter base area, so I don't feel any obligation to stay there anymore, and so I'm beginning to develop this area as well. It's gonna be so much work though, because in addition to chopping down the trees, most of the land you see here is going to be completely overhauled. It's not just going to be me building custom trees over the land, it's going to be me building land on top of this and making a whole mountain and canyons, and it's going to be huge and absolutely amazing if I can pull it off. I'm pretty sure I can pull this off. This is something I've been excited for a while, so I think I can do it. I've been looking at tons of inspiration, both in real life and in like renders and art people have done, and I have so many ideas, and I am really excited to do it. I've probably said that more times than I should have, but I'm very happy, and I think this is going to turn out super cool. Don't want to break the hives though. Maybe I want to get some honey or copper or something. I don't know. I'm going to leave them all for now. One night when this is all chopped down, I'll just go and pick up all the hives. And then maybe we'll have like a shulker box specifically for that. Oh, we should probably go get the apples. I don't know how many have dropped since I've chopped. We got a few of them. I want to make this the biggest project I've ever done. Because a lot of what I do is a smaller project that, like, it's okay. It's pretty cool. But, I live in Washington. I haven't been there, but I might actually, I will write that down after stream, and I might go and visit it. I live about 15 minutes away from Good Times with Scar, which to me is insane. But yeah, I live in Washington, so I have access to a lot of really beautiful places. I live about 3 minutes away, if that, to a forest and a river and a waterfall, which is awesome compared to Southern California, where it was dry and a very not so pleasant place to look around and see. I do. Washington is a very beautiful state. I'm very happy to live here. I don't think I would willingly move back down to a southern state. Oh, okay. Move that. There we go. I don't know that location. Let me look that up real quick. I'm gonna see how far away you are from myself. I can spell. I can't spell. How do I spell? Search. Then let's go to maps. I know you guys can't see it. Oh, okay. So you live. Let's see, can I get directions? My house. You live about 3 hours away from me. That's crazy. Goose! Welcome, Quark. There's no geese on this server, unfortunately. We don't have that custom model in here. This is Coldcraft. And, we don't have any geese on the server yet. We should. I think there could be a lot of goose-themed things on here, because what server doesn't need more geese in the world? We do have a lot of pigs, though. Or at least we had a lot of pigs. That parkour. Professional elytra user. Down here. think that's all of the logs on this one. Yeah, I think that's good. Hope this doesn't despawn. Go. Yeah, so we got a long ways to go. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Thanks myself for reminding me, I guess. I forgot to activate a snip. Wait, no, it's not snip. Why no work? Do I have it turned off? No, it's on. Duration, it should be... I don't know how to turn it on. The music thing is not going. Okay. Plan B. I don't think I have snip in here anymore. I got rid of it. That's really odd. Oh well. If you guys want to know the music, I'll just tell you. But this is all C418. Literally just the Minecraft soundtrack. I forgot to go get scaffolding. I'm going to do that. Normally I would have a thing at the bottom of the screen that tells you the name and how much time is left in the song, but yeah, I don't know why that's not on. I have it unhidden, so it should be here. I don't think there's a application I have to open or anything on like Snip. Wonder. The tools. I'm not seeing anything. If I hide it, I do that. Now I can see it. Yeah, turning it off and on doesn't do anything. It's there, it's just not doing anything. I read file. It's something. Yep, for some reason it's not working. Oh well. I'm in a wall. Not quite sure. But normally it would work fine. Okay, I came back for scaffold. I have some at my base, so I should be able to just go and grab that. I'm gonna take the shortcut, because I don't feel like going into my house all the way. Stay on target. Perfect. There we go. I'm gonna get the full stack. Okay, that is... that? No. There, that goes there. Perfect. I might restart the game because we're not getting very good frames right now. I don't think it's because I'm streaming. I'm going to do that. Let's do that. Oh, I forgot to turn off the stream. Oh well. Or the recording. It'll save anyway. I gotta wait for that to do anything before I can even quit the game, because I don't know if it's gonna delete it or not. But yeah, we've got a lot of stuff. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. The server is now officially to 1.20. We've been playing in 1.19.4 with the 1.20 data pack since the beginning of the world. Was that a month ago? A little bit over a month ago. So we've had a lot of these stuff from 1.19 or 1.20 in 1.19. We've been playing with Cherrywood already. We've had armor trims already. We've had camels have already been in the game, but we didn't have access to sniffers. We didn't have access to archaeology. That wasn't in the game yet. But now that we're officially to 1.20, we have access to a lot of new stuff. So I think one thing we should do is spawn our sniffers somewhere. Because, what if there was a sniffer enclosure? What if there was a zoo? I'm writing that down. I gotta get that. I gotta get that in here. National Park. Where's that? National Park. Let's go. So there's also going to be a museum, which is really cool. We'll probably have some custom assets for that. Maybe some skeletons to really amp up that archaeology feel. I really like the sniffer. I feel like there was a missed opportunity for more plants, though. Because I think every builder and their mom wants more plants in the game. Can I make this bold? Let's do zoo. Perfect. And I'll just save that for now. I'll come back to that idea. But I really do like the sniffer. I feel like it's a really unique mob. I just feel like it doesn't add enough. Because it, like, you get the sniffer eggs from archaeology. You raise them up. you breed them, whatever, and then they sniff around. They get you 2 different types of seeds. And that's it. Why not more? Come on. Like, there was that really cool vine type plant that was leaked, and that never got added. And that would have been so cool to have a vine with flowers on it. Like, kind of need that. That's super cool. But yeah, I think it's a really cool mob. I just think that they could have added more. I feel like even the camel, like, what's really the point of a camel? It can carry 2 people, but you could just have 2 horses. You still need a saddle for it. Yeah, or maybe like if you bring the sniffer to a different biome, there are different types of plants you can get based on where it is. That gives you even more of a reason to explore. Crossbreed plants would be cool. Edible plants would be neat. If they made the torch flower a flower that could light up. Maybe if they had an animated texture, that would have been sick. But we didn't get that. Why did I take damage? Okay. It should pop up back here in a second. Give it a moment. Come on, OBS. Pick it up. I believe in you. Okay. Well, it'll be back here in a second. I'm gonna make my way. There it is. I'm making my way back. I got the scaffold. I'm gonna dump all the garbage logs into the sugar box, and then, yeah, we'll get back to chopping. But I think they could have done even more with the archaeology, because it's a really cool concept, but they didn't really do much with it. If you think about it, you go to a drowned temple, which was a pre-existing structure in the game, or you go to the wells, which really glad they gave that a purpose now, because originally there was no reason to find them. But you get like 1 or 2. Like, it's not that great. And you can't even find anything amazing there, I don't think. They have like the option to go to the like the warm ocean ruins, and then that's where you get the sniffer. Yeah, a tough golem would have been cool. I don't know what it would have done, but it could have been cool. Because it gives you more opportunities, because there's, what, 2 golems in the game right now? The iron golem and the snow golem. We could have had the tough golem. The copper golem would have been neat too. There's a lot of missed opportunities. I'm doing a video on this later about why they do it like this, why they release updates that seem underwhelming. And I'll talk about it briefly here, just because I feel like it came up. It's kind of a good topic. But the reason I believe they do it like that is because they don't want the game to feel too advanced for newer players, and they want to create additions to the game that are safe. So if you have a really cool and amazing feature that is just really hard to learn, newer players will be deterred from enjoying that. Was that a chicken on the tree? It was a chicken on the tree. So if you have a ton of new redstone components, there are already people afraid of redstone with what it already presents to people. And so I feel like if they just added a bunch of new stuff, it would probably make it more complex, and then people would get scared of that. But then there's also the factor, like, what if it's just a new biome? We've already had new biomes, so that's not super amazing unless they really change it. But then if they really change it, it might not feel like it belongs in the game. So there's a really difficult balancing factor that they have to do to keep the game not only fresh, but also consistently playable for all ranges of player. Like, if you think about it like this, if you overhaul the end, they have to do something like what they did with the Nether. Like, they have to keep it like the Nether, so it has to feel like, oh yeah, this is the Nether. But then they also have to make it so that it feels new and unique. So they kept Netherrack as the main block of choice, but then they also added new resources like basalt and crimson and warp blocks, and it makes the game fresh, but it also keeps it vanilla. And I feel like the reason that update was so good, yeah, if new biomes in the end would be really cool, but they have to find a way to keep the new biomes fresh and also playable. Because the reason they were able to get away with the Nether update is because there was not much to begin with. In the overworld, they already have, let's see, Venture. They have 53 biomes compared to the Nether, which has what, like 4? They got Basalt Delta, Nether Wastes, Soul Sand Valley, Warped and Crimson. That's it, right? Like, they got 5 biomes compared to the overworld's 53. Is the world map I have it on CurseForge. Overwolf is the company that owns CurseForge, so I don't think you can even get mods there. I use it on CurseForge, but you can get it on CurseForge, I think Prism. I don't know any of the other ones. I've only used CurseForge so far. I'm really just waiting for Modrinth to develop their own, because I feel like that's just going to be better in every way. But yeah, you can get it on CurseForge. But yeah, if you're making a biome for a pre-existing dimension, you have to keep it feeling like the original game, which is why mods like Terralith make the game feel really cool, but then also it gets rid of kind of the Minecraftiness of it, because it feels too different. So there's a thin balancing act. It's hard for a lot of people, especially so many different like-minded people, to settle on one change that feels right. Because obviously that Mojang is a big team. They have to say, oh yeah, I feel like that'll be a good starting point for a beginner player, and then also it fits in with the people who've been playing for over a decade. No problem. Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do. I've dabbled in game development, and keeping a game balanced is really hard. I don't think that's something people understand enough, because you have to keep in mind players aren't always going to be really good. Players aren't going to always be really bad. You have to find that middle ground. But there's a lot of cool stuff they could add, and I feel like a few new flowers wouldn't be that hard. A little more shape in the end. I think that's true. Or maybe not even shape, maybe just different levels. Like, maybe there's an island really low in the world and one really high in the world. Imagine if the Nether and the End were the height that the Overworld is. There's even a mod, I think, that does that with at least the End. Or the Amplified Nether mod. I don't think so. I predict that when Hytale comes out, for a bit, people will be really like, oh my gosh, this is the new Minecraft, and then people will fall back to Minecraft. Because that's what's happened with quite a few games. Minecraft has been this consistent return for a lot of people. They have all of these things that makes Minecraft unique that you literally cannot recreate in a new game. Because that thing that keeps it unique is the history it has with its players. People have been playing this game since 2011, myself included, and I have been playing this game all of my life. I have never played Hytale. Has it been released before? Is this a new one? I don't know. I've never played Hytale. But if Hytale were to come out, and I say if because we've been waiting for it forever, then I don't know. I don't think it's going to overtake Minecraft. I think that there will be a surge in players for a short amount of time, like Cyberpunk or Security Breach or any of those games that briefly had a place in people's heart. And obviously there are still fans, but I don't think it's going to replace Minecraft in any capacity, because this game is too good to just ignore. It's still in the works. I knew it was still out. I didn't know if there was a Hyrule before this one. Or not Hyrule. Is it Hyrule? No, Hyrule's, I think, that's the place in Zelda. What is this? Hytale, that's what it was. Yeah, I don't think it's going to replace Minecraft at all. Was there a Hytale before the one they're working on? Because I knew it, like, people knew about it beforehand. Or was it just like trailers and speculation? Vanilla Tweaks. is the name of the texture pack. It's a website, not on CurseForge. VanillaTweaks.net. Let me double check. I'm not just sending you to a random site. Vanilla Tweaks. VanillaTweaks.net. Yep. Yeah, I will even send you the link. Chat, because I can do that. There you go. That's where I get my resources. But the only thing really that on my screen you can even see that's different is the grass goes down. I think that's literally it. What else do I have that's changed? Nope, that's... Oh, yeah. The enchantment glint is slightly different than vanilla. Oops. That's about it. There's a lot of subtle details. I like to keep the game vanilla, because I really feel like it doesn't need a whole lot of change. But there's a lot of cool things you can do. No problem. One of the things, if I go down all the way to the bottom of the world, I don't even know if you'll be able to see it, because it's so dark. But I've changed the bedrock texture. Yeah, you literally... It's just pitch black. Thank you, Bovley. I know that guy. Okay. So I know I've seen a footage of the game. I didn't know if this was like Hyrule or Hytale 2 or like maybe an overhauled version. But if maybe what I had just seen was just like the teaser stuff, which I wouldn't have been surprised if that was the case. I gotta stand. My watch is telling me I need to stand because I haven't stood for the last 50 minutes. I will do that. Here, I think I've got enough time. But yeah, basically, I feel like the game does need an update, but at the same time, they have to be really careful about what they add. It's really hard to remove a feature, especially if it's like a block or like if you remove entity cramming, that makes farms a lot more difficult to create that use entity cramming as the base mechanic. There's a lot of... Oh, dang, that was a lot of cracks. There's a lot of things they have to consider when they change something or add something new. So I'm not surprised that people are underwhelmed. But keep in mind, all these DLCs are free. You don't have to pay for them. You paid for the one game in 2012 or whatever, and you've never had to pay for a DLC. So the fact that we get all this stuff for free is crazy. I'm doing well. I'm quite hungry. I haven't eaten today. I often feel like when I eat, my voice just gets torn to shreds. But I'm doing pretty well. Yeah, I think it's because people are afraid of change. If you think about it like this, people were really against the combat update, and I really like it. I think it's a better change because it was a change that wasn't simple, or it was simple to pick up pretty quickly, but it wasn't one that really overall affected how you played the game. No, I don't need a pizza. I'll probably have a sandwich or something. You don't need to buy me another pizza, Bobley. But thank you. I've been trying to eat healthier anyway. Oh, I thought I had full inventory. I do not. Out of here, egg. But yeah, I don't think that the combat update was a bad change. People are like, that was the worst update ever. But why? Because now you have to think about when you hit a little bit harder. Like, there's not really... Like, spamming a button is significantly less strategic than planning out when you do your hits. And it gives you the option to use an axe as a weapon. Whereas I don't think you had that option before. So there's a lot of stuff. Pizza 2.0. Upgraded pizza. What skins do I have? I have so many skins. I like to have a skin for every occasion. I have... Hold on, let me open up the launcher. I have way too many. I probably have more than I've used. I don't have saved. Oh, man. Okay, so I've got the National Park skin. I've got my base yellow shirt with the brown vest on. I have a few variations of that. I've got a purple shirt, a red shirt, a tan shirt, a blue shirt, with the vest. The axe was usable as a weapon back then? Okay. I've got 2 different variants of a dress shirt with a tie and a vest that's supposed to be, I think, the VIP tour guide for Disney. I think I can. I don't have any skins that would get me canceled on here. I don't think I've ever had any skins that would get me canceled. The play capture. No, application. Where's that? I should be fine to just share my screen, I think. I don't have anything I'm worried about sharing. It's just like folders full of thumbnails and stuff. Display capture. That's not it. Bring that down. There we go. So I've got... I wish I could get rid of the ads. Oh, I can. There we go. Boom. Crazy. So I've got my regular skin. I've got my tour guide Disney, but I made it blue, so it's for diddly. I've got a construction worker. I've got a bunch of different color variations. I got the pig onesie, summer fit, tailor fit, national park. I made a Toronto Ultra skin because I thought that was cool. My fancy dress Laynce. I got a few different night skins. Steampunk, that's for a series that you guys will see pretty soon, I believe. I've got Christmas. I got a flannel. This is probably a scrapped skin that was going to be for tours, but I decided not to. My YouTube profile picture is a profile picture I had commissioned on Fiverr by a very talented artist. I think they go by Same Arts. I'll have to look up into that. But I thought it was adorable and I commissioned them. They were really a pleasure to work with. I've got the Russian... I don't even know how to describe it. I just thought it was cool. I've got a chef. I've got the Mumbo Jumbo suit. This is test dummy. Is it raining? It's raining, isn't it? Great. Turn down the weather. Let's see. I've got Gryffindor. That's the same skin twice. I can actually get rid of that. Actually, no, I need both of those. The first one is a slight variation on the skin. I can't really... I'll give away secrets for spoilers for the next Create Mod episode. I got a hoodie for bees. That was when I was doing Skyblock with bees. I know, it's crazy. How do you stick with one skin? Like, I have a skin for everything. I have so many. I have one specifically for speedrunning. Like, what is this? I got one for Halloween. There's another one for Christmas. This is one for when I'm feeling cozy. I want to play with the rain on all the time. I got a racer. There's the Hobbit skin. I have a swimming skin. There's a hazmat suit for the back rooms. Like, I have way too many. This has become a problem at this point. But yeah, I I have skins I'll wear specifically for one world. Move that there. Down. There we go. I have too many. Oh no. I don't know why that would get me canceled. I think I made that skin because of the Tetris movie. I thought that was... I don't know, I really like that movie. Not nighttime yet, is it? No, I still got time. Does it say here? No, it doesn't. Okay. I was going to see if it told me the time. I don't think I've ever actually used that skin. The only time I've used that skin, and the reason I made it in the first place, I remember now, it wasn't the Tetris movie. I made a club, like a dance club in another world, and I made a bunch of music discs. You can actually download this this texture pack that changes all the music discs in my CurseForge page, but it changes it to quote-unquote club music. And every record was a different meme song, and one of them was Rasputin. Yep, I've had a few of those skins that just like slightly change, and I just delete them because I never know which one's the correct one, so I just get rid of all the wrong ones. But I have a few of them. Like that one where I have a duplicate of the Disney skin. It has like just the top of the hair chopped off so that it doesn't go through one of my hats. The stuff like that. I don't know if that's the same with you. It's probably not custom hat related, because that seems like a obsession that I have to make every skin perfect. But Yeah, having a bunch of skins with just like slight variations is something I I've done too much of as well. Like even this skin, my very talented friend made this skin for me, and I went through and changed the color palette 3, maybe 4 times, and they were all very slight changes too. But I tried to make it match the hat as much as possible because I had that before I even made the skin. Wow, we're really stacking up on these apples now, aren't we? How much progress have we made? I've been talking a lot. Have I actually... Oh, okay. We've gotten quite a bit of chopping done. I'm actually surprised by that. This is still... Oh, I haven't been recording! Oh, well. That's fine. It's gonna go by really fast in the video anyway. Time lapses are really hard to get right, because you have to get the perfect timing and the perfect angle. Hello. I need to drink. The one thing about streaming on Twitch is because people will say hydrate. With the viewer points thing. YouTube streaming doesn't have that, so I gotta remind myself to do it. I'm usually pretty good about it, but sometimes I be slacking on the water drinking. But the fact that I only drink water in the first place is... And chocolate milk, because who doesn't like chocolate milk? Actually, I know one person who doesn't like chocolate milk. But yeah, I try to keep myself hydrated. So drink your water, people. It's good for you. It's an order. Oh, I didn't change the schematic thing. Hold on, let me do that. I always change the schematic tool to beetroot. Because there's no point to beetroot. You have beetroot seeds. What do you use it for? Red dye and... let's see, red dye and... That's it. You can't plant beetroot. You have to use the seeds for that. So there's no like interactions on a block you can do. Red dye and beetroot soup are the only thing you can craft it with. So beetroot is the perfect utility tool for your schematics. And it gives you a little bit of challenge to even get it in the first place, so... Unlike sticks where you can get them everywhere. Green tea? Okay, well at least... What do you mean you ran out of water? You can't be out of water. Tea is made with water, you liar. Trying to trick me like I don't know tea is made of water. Yeah, beetroot soup. Who eats beetroot soup? To be fair. Who eats mushroom stew? Mushroom stew you can at least get from the mushroom cows if you're living on a mushroom island. But there's no beetroot island I know of. Unless it's a super secret biome that they haven't even put in the advancement. Yeah, don't tell me you're out of water. That's ridiculous. You have water. Drink some water. Actually, tea's probably fine. Unless you're not putting a bunch of garbage in it. I don't even know what's in green tea. I don't drink tea. I think it's just tea leaves and water, right? Apple. I get the apple. Come hither. Nom nom nom. We've been chopping... I want to see if we have at least one full shulker box of wood yet. Where's my stuff? There it is. I'm also surprised it's not nighttime yet. Oh boy, that's a lot of tea. We do have a full shulker box. Ew, wait, that's really gross. 4 months? I don't know if it goes bad. But no, that seems nasty. 4 months? Crazy. 4 months! I mean, like, obviously you drink a bottle of water and then it's empty, but you can go get more. You're not permanently out of water, right? That would suck. Water's delicious. Be free. I have running tap water. I feel like most people have running tap water, no? I mean, I might just be lucky, but I feel like that's the thing a lot of people have. It's just a plant water. Just plant water. Okay. So was green tea just really concentrated tea leaves then? I thought it was a mix of water and leaves. I swear that's what it is. Because that's how you make it in in Minecraft, so it must be right like real life. In some of the modded stuff. Yeah, that is how you make it. So how are you running out of water? That's crazy. I never could get into tea. I tried it. It was not good. And yes, it is made. It was water in a tea bag. So don't tell me water isn't an ingredient in tea. I don't know if you're trying to gaslight me into thinking water or tea is some kind of plant just juice. I know that can't be true because I've made water with tea or tea with water. Yeah, no, I never could get used to the taste of tea. I know there's also different types of tea. I'm just kidding. But, you know, tea's really weird. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. I'm sorry. I'm fortunate enough to have, I used to have a water filter, like a Brita water filter, and we just filter it from the tap. And, definitely probably should not have been drinking it, but we did anyway. And it was not the best, and fortunately, I don't know if that was just because it was California water, or if it was where we live specifically, but yeah, no, the water was not great there. And we had a Brita water filter that we would filter it 2 or 3 times per, I don't even know, it was like 4 or 5 gallons, I'm guessing. I have no clue. But I'm fortunate enough to have one of the fancy fridges with refrigerated water and ice. So I'm very lucky to have that. Yeah, definitely get a filter because it will help a tremendous amount with whatever bacteria is in the water. It won't be perfect, but it's definitely better than drinking it straight from the sink or straight from the hose or whatever. Okay, I don't know if anybody else does this. I don't do it anymore because I don't have any friends outside to play with anymore. But when I was a kid, the best kind of water was hose water. Like, the kind of the water you just water your plants with. I thought that was the best stuff. It was so good for no reason. I don't know what kind of pesticides were in that water, but it was tasty. That was the good stuff. Like no bottled water could top water for keeping your plants clean or hydrated. We used to have one of those fridges where we got rid of it when we moved. Yeah. Thank you, Marco. We are clearing out a ton of space for the national park we're making. We have we've cleared out this whole section mostly today, but we got a whole lot of trees. We're not even close to done. Yeah. I think, I actually am not sure. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm not sure about what my parents, I don't know what revenue we got. It's not really a topic I think it should be discussed on YouTube, but I definitely wasn't the wealthiest family. But my life has since improved and I'm very lucky. Very grateful for what I have. But yeah, definitely invest in a water filter, because that will increase the quality of the water and probably the flavor. Excuse you. I'm talking about water, sir. Rude. Casually almost dies. Forget in this world I'm not wearing a full suit of enchanted enderite armor. Which, by the way, in the Diddly world, I am up to enderite now, which is not even in vanilla Minecraft. I'm so good. Yeah, I'm not even wearing full Iron. I'm wearing boots and that's it because I'm gangster and crazy and awesome and super cool and epic. That was a barrage of compliments to myself for just wearing boots. I feel like just wearing boots makes the game harder, and I like the challenge. Probably eat another apple though. I wish you could make honey apple in vanilla. In the create mod, you can put honey and apple together, and it gives you a, like, I think it's almost or as good as pork chop and steak, but it's vegetarian for the people that play the game like that, and it's not terribly difficult resources to gather. Especially if you have villager trading, where you can just trade emeralds for apples with the farmers. Alright. I kind of want to take a break from chopping trees because we've been doing it so long. We've been doing this for an hour already. But I don't really know what's there left to do. Like, I want to plan all of the biomes and stuff off. Caramel apple. I don't know how caramel's made. I don't know if you could do that in Minecraft with the existing resources. Caramel apple would be cool, but honeyed apple is the one that's in the mod already, the create mod. I think you just use a spout. Not a spout, what is it? I think it's just called a spout. And then you have a fluid tank full of honey, and then it just sprays or splurts, I guess. I don't know, that's a weird word. The honey onto the apple, and the honeyed apple. Caramel apple is so good, though. I haven't had caramel apples since I was in elementary school. They used to sell those caramel apple, like, lollipops every Friday. I think they would sell those and popsicles to the elementary school kids. It might have been exclusive to the preschool kids, but I think there was a... Was it? I can't remember. They used to give them out or sell them. I think they sold the popsicles and gave out the lollipops, but yeah, it was like the green crystallized green apple, caramel apple lollipops, and then they also had different variations of popsicle. But that was so good. Okay, it is sugar in a melted pot. That was my guess, but I wasn't quite sure. That sounds incredibly caloric, but also so good. Literally just liquid sugar. That sounds delicious. Sugar. So bad for you, but it's so tasty. Sugar, butter, cream. That's... Yeah, that sounds like a recipe for gaining weight. But honestly, it's probably worth it because of how gosh dang tasty it is. I can't remember the last time I had caramel, but the flavor of caramel is just... And now I want caramel. And it's just three... If it's just 3 ingredients, I could make that right now. I'm pretty sure I have... yeah, I have cream in... I have cream in my fridge. I can do that. I could make caramel. That sounds pretty tasty. I've been trying to lose weight, but caramel's on the menu. Maybe it doesn't matter so much. I could go for a sandwich, though. That sounds pretty tasty, too. Ham and cheese. I try to make all of my own foods, or at least most of it. Just because being able to cook is really nice. Pancakes, waffles, or French toast? Well, I'm not going to give you just one, because I feel like that's mean to the other two. I feel like waffles might get offended if I considered it third place. Or if I didn't consider it at all. But I'm going to give waffles third place. That's a really hard one. I feel like I tend to enjoy eating pancakes less than French toast, but at the same time, I always crave pancakes more than I crave French toast. So I'm going to put pancakes first, then French toast, and then waffles. Oh, crepes are so good. I haven't had a crepe since I was in Hawaii, like 5-6 years ago. I don't know what... The other one is Blitzets. I'm gonna look that up. Curious to know what that is. Blitzets, or how do you pronounce it? That's not how you spell. Oh, it is. I spelled it right. Ooh. It's gonna type food because it gave me an auto lot. Oh, that looks... Oh, it's like a breakfast burrito almost. Oh, that looks so good. I've never seen this, but I want to make... Oh, it looks so good. I want that. You heavily dislike crepes? Get out of here. That's ridiculous. Your opinion is invalid and wrong. Crepes are so good. What's wrong with crepes? Crepes are so yummy. It's like a really thin pancake. You must think crepes are something else, because crepes are too good to not like crepes. There's no way you can dislike crepes. I think I might put crepes over pancakes. I guess it depends on if you're talking about sweet or savory crepes too. Because if you have like a really good chicken crepe, I think that would definitely go above pancakes. But for me, I think sweet crepes, the texture, okay, I can understand that. I still think it's wrong, but you know what? You can have your own opinion. If you don't like crepes, I'm not going to judge you for it. I will. I think crepes are delicious. I understand the not liking texture thing. I really dislike the texture of celery and asparagus, along with the flavor for that matter. But not liking the texture of something, I don't like mushrooms either. I think mushroom textures is just horrid. I don't understand how people can eat mushrooms. But yeah, I get the not liking texture thing. But still, the flavor's got to make up for the texture. Like if you put chicken in it, and it was chicken and crepe, then you won't even have the texture of the crepe. It'll just be chicken, and you'll just get the flavor of the crepe. Like, you gotta like that. Come on. It's chicken. I guess some people don't like chicken or can't eat chicken, but still, those who can, it's chicken. It's delicious. Chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, chicken Alfredo, chicken Parmesan. Just things with chicken. I just gave you a list of things with chicken in case you couldn't think of anything yourself. That would be a factor. Yeah, that makes sense. Is there such thing as a tofu crepe? I feel like that would just be a really weird combo. But I know tofu is often a supplement of chicken. Or, just anything like a vegetable meat. I don't think there's a vegetable. Chicken's pretty dang good. Yes, you may sit down, Cyrus. Welcome to the table. I don't know if there's a alternative for a vegetarian chicken crepe. I mean, other than just not having chicken. But if you don't like the texture of crepe, then that's kind of a problem. Popcorn chicken? Wait, you don't like chicken textures either? Huh. I mean, it depends on what kind of chicken, I agree, but most chicken I can enjoy. Especially if it's not too... oak table. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I have never heard of those places. Or that place. I don't think I've ever been to either of those places either, so... I do plan on going on a road trip this summer, so hopefully maybe I'll pass through there and stop at Oak Table. Is it really... I've never met someone who doesn't like the texture of chicken. I mean, maybe if it's cooked wrong, like if it's boiled chicken, that's bad. You gotta cook chicken the right way, because boiled chicken's just nasty. I'll cook you guys some good chicken. Yeah, I'll look into Oak Table. Because if I don't know exactly where I'm going to go this summer. I was planning on going to Seattle, but I don't know if those plans are going to come to fruition. It's been a while since I've been to that city. There's a... Welcome back. just about done with this axe. There is a place, I don't even remember what it's called. I have to remember it. Oh yes, Life of Pi. Yeah, okay, okay, that's fair. That's fair. That's chicken cooked the wrong way. Gristle in your food is terrible. I don't think I've had gristle in anything but steak. And yeah. I haven't been. Let's see, where have I don't know how much I've actually just like been to Washington. Like, I live here, but I don't explore a ton because most of what I do is in my local area. You should definitely try getting some chicken that isn't just covered in or full of gristle, because that will significantly improve the experience of eating it. This axe is gonna break in 3, 2. That scared me. I was too late. And too early. No. Too late. I was too late. Yeah, I'll look into Oak Table. Yeah, I really want to visit Yosemite. I doubt that's gonna happen. There was talk about going to the solar eclipse next April, in Austin, Texas. Well, it'll be visible elsewhere, but that's where my family was thinking about going. Not a huge fan of Austin, Texas. Haven't been there, but haven't heard great things. But maybe we'll drive through it, so I will. I might get to experience a bunch of other states as well. Yes, go you'll eat some good chicken. You won't regret it if you get the good stuff. I don't know if there's a specific way that I prepare chicken that just makes it better, or if it's a specific brand of chicken that doesn't have gristle. I don't know. But I have never had chicken that was bad purely because it had gristle, because like I can't even recall eating chicken with gristle in it. So clearly something I do is different. But I promise you there is good chicken in the world. I feel like I'm gonna miss out on some of these apples because it's hiding in the flowers. Oh, we actually got most of it. Alright, what are we at now? Making some progress. I'm gonna try going down south, just so we can clear out this whole section, and then we'll have a line, and I'll just clear it out chunk by chunk. There's gonna be way too many trees to do in this one stream, especially considering we're already down to half an hour, or at least when I usually end streams. I have a project I'm working on with my friend today, so I don't know, or probably going to work on with my friend today, so I don't know how much longer I will stream after the 2-hour mark, but usually I ended there. Surprisingly, I'm not getting tired, which normally I do in streams, but yeah, I might go for longer today. Small town, Texas. If you recall the name of it, I might add it to the to-do list on that vacation, if it happens. If not, then I'll just go to every restaurant until I get to the right one, because I like food. Food is yummy. One thing I've learned recently is you need to eat more food the more you exercise. So if I just exercise a ton, I can just go to all the restaurants I want, and it'll be perfectly healthy, and nothing will ever go bad. This is fitness, ladies and gentlemen. No, that's actually not true. I have been getting into fitness more, and I did learn that you need to eat a lot of protein and a lot of salts if you're doing a lot of running and a lot of exercise. Been doing a lot of tennis. It's been a lot of fun. I'm struggling to think of more things to talk a lot about that use the word a lot. I guess words. But yeah. I'll have to look into restaurants and hotels and all that. And like, we have to decide if we're even going, because we haven't decided yet. I think you can also see it from some of the northern states, like the northeast states. You probably see it in New York. I love Mexican food. Okay. I will keep that in mind. I think Mexican food is probably my favorite. I want to say genre of food. I know that isn't right, but genre, yes. I love Mexican food so much. For a long time, Chipotle was my favorite restaurant. It's because the burritos were so good. Now I don't really have a favorite. I just like eating it. Chipotle's okay, but not the best company, I don't think. I'm actually not too sure. I might be making that up. I've heard some not so great things, but I'm not sure. But I really like Chipotle. I would go there more if I lived closer to it. But I'm sure closer to authentic Mexican food would be better than fast food. So yeah, I'll look into that. There's a few Mexican restaurants near where I live that have some fantastic food options. I don't know if it's a chain or not, but there is a restaurant called, I think, Lindo's. It's a Mexican place, and they have the best chips and salsa I've ever eaten. It's chunkier, so it's more like pico de gallo, but it's also saucy, so you get both aspects of it, and it's just the right amount of spice, so you can almost tolerate it. Or you can tolerate it, but it's almost too spicy, and it's so good. And they always give you like a really big burrito, and you can choose if you want pulled pork or ground beef or shredded beef. I think they always serve it with a side of rice and beans. It's like every other Mexican restaurant I've ever been to, but I don't know. There's something about the flavor. It's just so much better. I've never been to Tokyo. That sounds really cool. Gumbo soup from Tokyo. Oh, wait, Tokyo Grill. Never mind. I don't know exactly where that is. Ah, yes. I love good salsa. I haven't had a gumbo in forever. The last time I had a gumbo was like canned gumbo. It was kind of not great, but that sounds really good. A gumbo or like a good chili. Oh, now I'm just hungry. All this food talk and I haven't eaten anything today. I might take a break and grab like a granola bar or something. But that sounds good. I said I was going to go that way. I'm going the wrong direction. And now I want chips and salsa. That sounds so... My grandma makes the best pico de gallo. It's so good. They'll cut up all the tomatoes and dice up all the onions and stuff, and like not canned, and it's so much better than stuff you'd get at like a glass jar at a grocery store. Don't get me wrong, there are some good ones that you can get in cans or in jars, but yeah, no. Homemade pico de gallo is the best you can get. Spicy or not, the texture is just immaculate. Man, now I want salsa. I drink salsa straight from the bowl. I don't care. I want salsa. I'll use a spoon. I'll use a chip. I don't care. I just wanted to eat some tomatoes and onions and cilantro and stuff and things. Homemade anything is better. My family tends to eat a lot of homemade foods because we don't like getting fast food often. So it'll be like a once every other week kind of thing. But I always cook on Thursdays, and my brother always cooks on either the weekends or Wednesdays. And yeah, most of our food is always homemade. Like I made spaghetti on Thursday this week, and I swear it wasn't amazing. Well, it was pretty damn good, but it wasn't the best spaghetti ever. It was a little bit thick in the sauce, so it kind of... Nice profile picture change. Yeah, the sauce was a little bit thick, but homemade spaghetti is so good. I use a recipe called Joe Mama's spaghetti, and that's the go-to spaghetti recipe in my household. It's so good. And I know for a fact that the meals that my family preps are not the most crazy recipes in the world. Like, just for simplicity's sake, I often cook the same 7 meals in rotation. Porchetta pasta is a big one. It's really easy to make. Probably not the healthiest thing in the world, but it makes you feel healthy because it's homemade. And then I'll go for beefy mac, which again is probably not great, but still really good. And you can make it in bulk. What in the world? That's the big thing. It's the fact that you can make it in bulk, so it lasts for multiple meals. And I'll usually make a big pot of spaghetti or a big pot of beefy mac, and then I can package it up and then have lunch for the next few days. If I even eat the lunch, because half the time I'll skip breakfast or lunch. I usually eat one of the two, though. But yeah, no, homemade food tops everything. You will never find homemade food in a place like Olive Garden or Spaghetti Factory, because it's always just... Song is kind of funky. Yeah, no, it's always like heat and serve, like boil it. Taco and salsa recipe. Dude, that sounds so good. We use an Alton Brown recipe for our seasoning for the meat on our tacos. We usually eat tacos or burritos every Tuesday. And yeah, this Alton Brown recipe, we use it every single time. And my mom has it memorized because of how often we make it. But it's so good. Like, the pre-made stuff, probably okay, but definitely try out Alton Brown's recipe. He's a fantastic chef, and we eat a lot of his recipes. They're just so good. If they weren't so resource intensive, we might eat more Babish foods, but I only really admire those from a distance because they're so much work to prepare for one meal on a weekday. But no, tacos, so good. Burritos, I like them even more. Chips and salsa, probably better than the main course. Mexican food is just so good. Enchiladas, quesadillas, yummy. What else? What's the one that's like wrapped in the corn husk? I know what it is. I just can't think of it. Tamales. Tamales are really good too. What else? What else? I was gonna say Tostitos, but that is not. That is not. Taquitos. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Those are also so good. I like how they're all pretty much a variation of the same food, but it's slightly different. Uh-oh, I'm lagging. I'm one with the floor. Big lag spike there. But yeah, they're all like a variation of the same food, and yet they all have their own unique charm in flavor and texture, and it just, I will never get tired of eating Mexican food. Chili relleno? Open that up too. I'm gonna open a new tab. I saved the blitzes you sent because that looked really good, and I kind of want to make one now. Oh yeah, this is like a very saucy burrito, right? What's in it? Let me look at a recipe. Oh, interesting. Don't contain any meat with these peppers. Peppers? Interesting. Okay. No, I don't want to buy your cookbook. That looks really good. Very interesting. I don't know if I would enjoy that, but it looks super good. I don't like the texture of pepper, but I like the flavor and the spice of peppers. Certain peppers. Like, I will literally layer every meal I eat with red pepper flakes. But that's my heat tolerance, so I don't know. Yeah, I might try something like that. That's something different, and I like eating new things. Recently, I started eating onions and, well, onions in the last year, but I started eating tomatoes and burgers, which I normally don't like. Cooked onions, or cooked tomatoes, uncooked onions, so good. That sounds really good. I might suggest that to my family and ask them what they think about that. I'm gonna skip this song. It almost sounds like it has lyrics and it's throwing me off. It's a good song though. We have so many trees left. Oh, did I miss a log? I missed a log here. 2 logs. Maybe I didn't chop this one. Let's see. We are at an hour and 37 minutes. We got a bit of time left. I always go for 2 hours, but might go for longer if my stomach can handle it, because I am quite hungry. Normally eat old people food because it's so good. What's it called? Cracklin' Oat Bran. At least that's what people call it, old people food. But it's just bran in the shape of nether portals. It's really, I don't know, I just think it's really tasty. And it's fibrous. Ding! Yes, my mom has a garden in the backyard, and whenever we have tomatoes, we'll use that. Sometimes we get decent lettuce, and I don't think we have onions yet, but I think that was something she put in the garden this year. We have a few different types of peppers, but we've had tomatoes quite a few years, and I think my grandparents also have tomatoes growing in their backyard too, and that's where they get the tomatoes from. For the Pico de Gallo. No, fresh is always better. And now I want Pico de Gallo. Arrgh! It sounds so good. I want that. Half the time you go to a grocery store and you're like, oh, I'm gonna look for some tomatoes, and then the tomatoes are like really weird. They're just not right. I used to work at a grocery store, and yeah, no, it's not a pleasant experience. I didn't even work with vegetables. Like, I worked in the deli, but it was not great. You do want to try and look on the bottom. Little tip for you: if you're looking for a fresher product, look in the back, because they always put the older stuff to sell those first on a shelf. So if you want a newer stuff, half the time it doesn't even matter. But if you're looking for a newer item, look in the back. If it's a refrigerated meat or milk or something, fresher is always in the back. Vegetables, I'm pretty sure they'll take all the older stuff, put the new stuff on the bottom, and then put the old stuff on top. I'm not sure. I didn't work in produce. But I can tell you, packaged meats and like Lunchables, all that stuff, they put the older stuff in the front. Don't tell my old manager that I told you that. Secret. Shh. Yeah, no. Freshly grown, way better. Highly recommend starting your own garden if you can. I don't like the lettuce our garden produces, but I also am just not a huge fan of lettuce in general. Iceberg is the best one for me, because it's like, it doesn't taste bad. I feel like it's too earthy. I don't know. Yeah. Don't tell my manager, or else he might fire me after I quit. Like, what's he gonna do about it? I'm so scared. Might not hire me again if I applied, I guess. I don't want to work there. Me. Yeah. No, homemade foods. Homegrown vegetables and fruits are infinitely better. We used to have a pear tree in my front yard, and they chopped it down because it was in a bunch of wires, like the internet cable and the power cable. Or actually, it's probably just the internet. I don't know. But no, they chopped down the pear tree. But for the first few years of living here, we had made pear sauce, like in the same way that you would make applesauce, just with pears. And it was so good. I think we still have some. I'm sure it's not edible anymore, but yeah, they had to get rid of it because it was interfering with the wires that were connected to our house. But it was so good because it was like, it wasn't just like pear sauce, it was cinnamon pear sauce. And it was just the amount of right amount of ripeness. And for probably the first 2 or 3 years I've lived here, we would make pear sauce. What's my opinion on the new cherry tree? I am not a fan. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the blocks. I think that the leaves are really nice. I also don't feel like it really works with a lot of palettes. I don't like the color of the planks at all. If you come over here and look at how soft the pink is. I think on its own, it's a really nice tree. I think it looks like a nice tree. But I don't see a use for, like, I like the logs unstripped. But the stripped pink is so, I don't know, it's so situational. I'm gonna pretend I didn't do that and just walk away. 2 apple trees, a cherry tree, a blueberry bush. Yeah. No, it's stores like processed and probably has pesticides or something. I don't know. But either way, no matter what they do to their products, it's never going to compare to the deliciousness and freshness of homegrown, hand-picked blueberries or apples. The fact that you can go out to your backyard, take an apple, eat it, like, it's going to be the freshest it'll ever be, and will never compare to a grocery store. Yeah. But yeah, the cherry trees, I'm not a huge fan of them. I think it's a great addition to the game, don't get me wrong. I love the biomes, the color of the water in the biome is really nice. The layout and how bright it is, the petals, fantastic. This is a survival server. I like to build in survival just because I feel like it's so much more gratifying. I'm on a multiplayer server. This is with multiple people. Nobody's on at the moment, but this is a private survival Minecraft server. I do have a creative world, which I test ideas in, but as the farthest I'll do in creative is I'll make schematics and then copy them. If I had a beetroot, I could I'll just change it. I can show you guys what I do. So what I do, let me go to configuration. This is what pretty much every big Minecraft YouTuber does. I'll change it to stick. Stick. Perfect amount. So I can pull up this menu, and then I can get schematic, load schematic. Oh, I don't have any in this one. Okay, I'll make a schematic. Hold on, just for you guys. It's true. It is pretty nice. So I'm gonna take a schematic. Let's do area selection. Copy that, and copy here. So that takes 2 selections, left and right click. That creates a 2-level thing. I think you can also change it with the edit schematic. I'm not sure how to do it. Yeah, whatever. But I can select 2 spots at different heights if I really wanted to, and it just selects everything in that. And then I can go to area editor, save schematic, just do grass. Save schematic, and now I have a schematic of this. I still don't know how to clear this selection, but whatever. And then I can go to load schematics. I load that. I can click on material list, and it will tell me everything I need to make it. Hey, Waterdrop, welcome to the stream. And then I can take that button, load schematic, and now I have a schematic, and it's a ghost of everything that was in that chunk. Where'd it go? It's gonna make placement. I can change where it's located. It even saves entities, which is surprising to me. I can change where it goes. I can, if I look up, yeah, I can change the height of it. And then I can just place this wherever I want. And then if I wanted to, I can do it layer by layer. So I think it starts at 0. So I'm going to be tapping this. So this whole area become grass. It doesn't, no, this is just a ghost. So I can walk right through this. There's no actual blocks here. It's just a schematic. You see, there's the glass. I can go right through it. There's no blocks here. It's all a ghost. But this lets me, if I have a structure, like pretend this was a building, like I did this with my starter base. Pretend this is a building. I can place the ghost of this anywhere in the world, and then I can build it up over and over. And if I'm done with that layer, I can move up to the next one and then place all the grass and place the pig, I guess. Tacos. That sounds so good. Okay, can I... Yeah, my stomach is really grumbling. Yeah, I can place blocks here. If it's the wrong kind of block, it will highlight it in red. If it's the right kind of block, it will just... We'll do that. And that's supposed to be dirt, not grass, so it's red. But this is supposed to be grass, so it just highlights it as if it was supposed to be there. Because it is supposed to be there. But yeah, it's just a ghost. So there's no actual blocks here. It's client side, so you can join any server with this mod if you really wanted to. But it's a really great tool for builders. I use it a lot. I'm going to unload that, and then I can go to Schematic Manager and delete this because I don't want that schematic of 16 grass blocks. And then to hide that, I just turn it to normal. I'm not sure if that's how you're supposed to do it, but I really need to learn if there's a way to just undo it. Deselect something. Eat root. Ooh. Okay. How are we looking? Look at that. We've made a ton of progress and we're almost done. I think I will stream until we get this whole section done because I feel like it's a pretty good stopping point. We got 15 minutes left anyway. I'm sure it will take longer, but I don't know. I'm having a great time here today. You guys have been asking a lot of cool questions, and I've loved answering them. It's a ton of fun. Hello, pig. All right. So eventually, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to use a schematic for the mountain or not, but eventually we're going to be designing that. What I'll probably end up doing is making a bunch of sample biomes. I may even have like a vote system on my Patreon. I don't know. Ooh. I think you can just show up here whenever you want. But yeah, I'll probably end up having a bunch of samples on the Patreon and then having a vote on which ones I should add. And then that will use that as the basis. And then that will be how I know what to put in the park. Professional. I got shot twice. Haha. I usually let them kill the banner guy, so then I don't have to get bad omen. Gotta sleep. All right. Water is so good. All right, I got lots of space. I am running thin on axes, but I think we should be able to make it to the end of the stream. We're also almost up to a stack of apples, which is kind of crazy. Get up to a stack of apples. Dang. 3 from one tree? Or... Boop, bop. Beep, boop, beep. Okay, I think that's all. These are always the worst trees to chop down, just because there's so many blocks that could go off. Like, there's one. It only gets worse with the other types of trees, too. The only fun one to chop down is the tall spruce ones, because they're so consistent. There's no blocks branching out to the side. And the worst one is probably actually the cherry. See, acacia is not that bad because the leaves are so thin. Yeah, I really can't think of a worse one than the cherry. Dark oak isn't too bad. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Azalea is pretty bad. Because not only do I have to break the leaves, but I also have to shear them because the leaves are too pretty to destroy. Which, by the way, azalea is the best tree in the game. At least for looks, I think. Or at least the leaves. I like the leaves the most. They should have given azalea its own wood type, though, I think. I think that was definitely something they should have done. I don't know what the reasoning behind giving it oak. If that was a temporary thing, they just decided not to change. Actually, I do know why they didn't do that. Because if they added a new wood type, they would have to make it make sense to the type of tree it was. And if they just made it really similar to oak, then why would there be a need for another wood type? That's probably why they ended up just using oak. That's my guess anyway. I've seen people make variants on it, like giving azalea trees its own wood type, and I don't think it changed that much compared to oak. And then you also got spruce, which is pretty similar, just a slight darkness in the brown, and then dark oak even more so. But like, there's no huge change from azalea to oak, so they probably just used the oak intentionally for that. Let's see. Yeah, I should say I'm working on episode 4 of Coldcraft. Obviously, I'm working on the park, so soon there will be a new episode out. I'm hoping a new video by the end of the week, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a Coldcraft episode because I've got a different one-off video in the works right now. I recorded it yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it will be a 1 or 2 part series. It's not gonna be a series. It's gonna be just like a collection of videos. And then I've got another series that I'm in the process of writing right now, and then a third series which I'm debating on even doing. There might be something else that I do instead. I don't think so. I did it through CurseForge. I don't ever use the vanilla client just because I have mods on everything I play on. Like if I'm playing vanilla or I'm playing modded, it's always modded anyway. Because this is vanilla, but then I still have client-side mods. So I don't know if it took that long for me. But I also have a very good computer, so I'm sure that's also a factor in it. 1.20 didn't add a ton, so I don't imagine it would take forever. How long has it been loading for? Because if it's been loading for like 30 minutes, that's probably too long. You might try canceling and starting over. I'm not sure. I think that Minecraft might need more water creatures. Because we got like salmon, we got tropical fish in some biomes, we got cod and squid. That's it. And axolotls, but you find those in lush caves, and that's it. Used to be you can get them in just caves, but nope. I still think that was a bad change. That makes axolotls so much harder to find. Let's see. I've seen mods that add penguins. I've seen mods that add ducks, which I don't think we need more ducks because we have enough birds in this game. Got chickens, we got parrots. Actually, that's probably it. We got bats. It's definitely a bird. Do we actually have any birds? I swear we have more birds, I'm just not thinking of. Yeah, it does connect, or, wow. It does depend on internet connection. If you're just downloading the base game, I don't know how much really has changed other than a few new blocks in a biome, so even if you have good internet, I don't think it should take too long, but if people are using your internet, like if you have other people in the house using it, probably it would take a bit longer. I have a pretty decent internet, so I don't have huge problem downloading things. But yeah, the internet connection definitely would have a factor in that. Alright. So, yeah. I probably should talk about a little bit more of what we're gonna do in the park. So I mentioned we were going to do trails and have probably a few ranger stations around as well. I don't think I said that part, but that will be there. And then we're also going to do a museum with we're going to make some custom items for fossils and things that relate to it. I'll probably end up having some music discs that I voice over, like talking about sections of it. And maybe I really want to learn about how specific things form in nature. Like what lore am I gonna attach to the mountain and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why people feel underwhelmed about this update, and I'm with you. I don't think that it was fantastic what we got, but I feel like they played it safe, and the fact that it was free and you didn't have to pay for the DLC is pretty nice. I think that, yeah, if we have a bunch of custom items that add fossils, we will be able to make... I really want to make one of those hanging skeletons. If you've seen them at museums, they'll have like the skeletons of maybe like a whale or something, but it's hanging on chains. We could probably pull that off with Blockbench. I made the hat in Blockbench, and I've made a clipboard, but I haven't made anything to that scale yet, so I'm kind of curious to try it. Sounds like Stardew Valley. Oh, it's Minecraft. This is no pressure, C418. But yeah, we're definitely going to do a museum. We're going to do a few park ranges, or park... What are they called? Park ranger huts? Park, yeah. We'll do probably some bathrooms every once in a while. There's going to be a lot of pathways. I was thinking maybe like 8 to 12 different pathways. I was also, and this is an unrelated note, or unrelated to the server at least, I was going to look into a mod that adds like bicycles, and then do a video like the POV. Yep. My watch hasn't... I already got my stand-up for this hour, I think. So, oh wait, did it? Hold on, I might have missed it. I did this one. Oh, did I? It is currently 3 p.m. 12. I didn't get this hour. No! Hold on! Wait, I did get this hour. I should be at 6 now. I am confused. That's 12, that's 1. I'm just gonna walk and hopefully... But yeah, I was gonna get a mod that adds bicycles, and then I was gonna do like those POV mountain biking videos through the national park. So I would download the world and then just make that. Everybody get your stand up. Get those legs stretched. Crack your back. Walk around the room. Stay hydrated. Be surprised how much of a difference this makes you feel way better. Walking every once in a while. But I think a biking video would be really cool. Assuming that the park goes the way I want it to. If the server closes before I get done with the National Park project, I'm going to do this in single player. Because I really want to finish this project. Although I doubt that would happen because Crazen and I are very adamant about finishing what we started, and he is the owner of the server, so that's really cool. Yeah, but to do the bicycle idea, that would definitely be in single player, and I would just ask him for the world download. Good job. Shouldn't use my tree chopping axe for that. Oops. Laggy. Safe, we're safe. Cool. My back feels way better now. I've also been trying to sit up more because I find myself slouching a lot. All right, let's see. How much do we have left of this section? I might divide it into a bunch of sections and then just do maybe a stream per section or something. I'm not sure. So I feel like... Okay, we got a little bit more. Yeah, that's where it stops. So we got like 12 trees or something. I'm really getting a frame drop here. Did I restart it to lower the render distance? I can't remember. Single player server view distance. This, okay, that doesn't matter. Yeah, we're fine. I'm just wondering why it's taking such a big hit, because, and I know there's like a mob farm and all, but I don't think there's anything spawning. Oh, it's spawning the sheep, so maybe it's spawning farm stuff. Let's see. No, it's all activated right now. That's why. It's on an etho hopper clock. See, now mobs. So maybe it's the updates. I don't know. He really should have this on a toggle. Some kind of lever, perhaps. Maybe that's what this is. I'm not too sure what this is actually. This goes up into... So I'm assuming this is a... Well, I know what this is. This is a vertical redstone set. Like it sends a redstone... When you change the state of this bubble column from an actual bubble stream to just flowing water, it updates this observer, which starts the clock. But I'm not sure where you actually start it. Do you just place something in it, or what? Anyway, it's probably fine. Frames aren't doing terribly. I can tolerate. 60 frames is not that bad. It's definitely much less smooth compared to what I'm used to, but oh well. I'm not complaining. Wow, that turned to grass really fast. Boop, boop, boop. I think that's all of them over there. I've also been wanting to get back into mountain biking in real life as well. Yesterday, I was watching a video about national parks, and it was like facts about different ones in the US. And alright, nice. Well, enjoy your date. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for tuning in. There's another one. Where'd you come from? Oh, we've got more than a stack of apples. Look at that. Alright. Yeah, I was watching a video about like different facts about the national parks in the US, and then also different POV biking, like off-road biking videos, which was really cool. I used to watch those all the time, like riding through the forest, and I started watching those again, and it's so much fun to watch that. No apple. Oh. Because the guy that I was watching also talks about where he's riding through and like the culture around it, if he's going through a town or something like that. Really cool to hear about not only like the ride itself, but also the different aspects of the area he's in. And it's really cool. Yeah. We are almost done with this section. Not even close to done with the park. I underestimated how much time it was going to take just chopping trees. Now imagine how much more time it's going to take building them. This is going to be a huge project. And I don't even know how large a scale I'm going to make it to. Because originally I was going to make it just the flower forest. And then I was going to decide maybe I'll expand it into this area. But then this is also a really cool cliffside, so maybe I'll build there. But then I felt like that wasn't even big enough then for the scale of the mountain I want to build. So maybe I'll even push back into the over here. I don't know. So there's a ton I want to do. This is, oh, there it is. This is going to be kind of like Adventure Island for Disneyland, I think. I'm not super sure what I want to do with it yet. I'm still in the process of making plans for the park, but no, that's definitely going to be a cool finishing factor. Having a more people-based? I don't know. Recreational, maybe? It's going to be like, maybe there'll be a restaurant and like a viewing spot there. But most of it's going to be natural, because I really wanted an emphasis on terraforming and custom trees in this world. I think that's a pretty good starting point for my first season of Coldcraft, considering I have never been a part of a server quite like this before. Usually my servers are friends and nobody's really committed to a project, but these people are fantastic and right up my alley. And some of them are quite committed to their projects, and I'm really proud to be in a community like that. So yeah, really fun. Can't wait to see where it goes. I picked it up. No, get out. That might have been the last tree. Still some apples to collect though. Probably. But yeah, I think that was the last tree of this section. Oh, I lied. There's a few more. I should have enough durability in this axe to finish the job. Right. Yeah, there's really not too many more. We're at 2 hours and 10 minutes, so right on the money there with how much time I thought this was going to take. Oh boy. Yeah, because we're going to do custom trees, we're going to do custom terrain, we're going to add our own goddamn mountain. That's going to take forever, but it's going to look so cool. Very, very excited to start that. So there's going to be quite a few streams in this project, I believe. Like even clearing trees is just taking forever. I missed a few. That one's done. Is that done? Yeah, it's done. I'm missing that tree. And then, oh my gosh. We're gonna have to clear a ton of land too. Oh boy. Okay. But man, and I thought I was making good progress. We are not even close. Dang it. Okay. Well, for now, I think that's gonna do it. We've been going for about 2 hours. We've been talking about food, and I am starving. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been an absolute blast. I'm really glad you guys have been enjoying this. I'll probably be back with a video in the next, hopefully, few days. I'm not going to promise anything because I don't know how much time it's going to take to edit this. But yeah, I really, really am grateful for your guys' support recently. We've hit 400 subscribers, and I am super happy about how my content is turning out. So thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys very soon in another video. Peace out, everybody. Have a great day.